Now we're going to do page 40. The first question says to combine the terms, arrange in order if necessary. Okay, so we are going to combine. Combine means you are going to add. So we have 13x squared plus negative 2x squared plus 4x squared plus negative x squared. And we are going to combine them. Now, in our book, they're commas, but combine means add. So now I'm going to look at the coefficients here. I have a positive 13, positive 4. So that's 17x squared. All right, and then plus, and I have negative 3x squared. So 17 minus 3 is 14x squared. And that's as far as I can go. So that's the final answer. That is number 1. All right, and you're going to do number 2. You can only combine like terms. So we have 10a squared c, 3ac, 4ac squared, 5a squared c, and negative 2ac squared. Okay, so you can only combine the terms that are exactly the same. We are adding all of these, not multiplying. So let's see, a squared c. Is there any other a squared c? Here's a 10 and 5. So 15a squared c. So we got those done. Is there any other ac? I don't see another ac there. So I'm just going to add 3ac. 4 plus negative 2, and that would be plus 2ac squared. And that's as far as we can go with that one. You can't combine anything else because we're adding, and when you add, they have to be exactly the same terms. Number 3, we have a to the m, a to the n, and 2a to the n. Okay, so do we have any like terms? Well, that's a to the n, a to the n. So I can combine those. If I don't have a number in front of the letter, that's a 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3a to the n plus a to the m. And that is my final answer. I can't combine it any more than that. All right, the next one, number 4. I have 4x squared plus negative 3x squared plus y squared plus negative 3y squared plus 2xy. I can only combine like terms again. So 4x squared plus x squared, let's see, that's x squared. Y squared plus negative 3 is plus negative 2y squared plus 2xy. And we are done. You can't combine any more than that. Now the next section is the product or quotient. Now product is multiplication. So when we're multiplying, if I have the same base, I can add exponents. So here I have 4a cubed times negative 10a squared b times negative ab to the 4th. And now I'm supposed to multiply. Notice there are no pluses or minuses there for subtraction. I do have a negative sign, but that's different. So here I'm going to say, okay, I have a cubed, a squared. I can combine those. But first I'm going to multiply my whole numbers. Okay, so 4 times negative 10 times negative 1. 4 times negative 10 times negative 1. All right, multiply that out. Will be negative 40 times negative 1 will be positive 40. That's going to be my first term, my first number in that term. Okay, so now I'm going to combine all my a's. I have a cubed, a squared, and a to the first. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So a to the 6th. All right, now I have a b and a b to the 4th. So b to the 5th. And all of this is multiplication. And I did combine it all. So it comes out to one term. Okay, this is multiplication. So this is different than addition and subtraction. The next one is a quotient, 16 x to the n divided by 4x to the m. Now the rule about these is you can reduce the whole numbers. So 16 reduces to 4, that reduces to 1. And now I'm going to subtract exponents, but they're letters. So I'm just going to write it out. 4 to the x n minus m. The top letter subtracted by the bottom letter. And that's going to be my final answer. All right, so now we're moving on to the next one, number 7. I have negative 2x squared y squared times x squared y cubed. Again, I'm multiplying, so I can combine like letters, okay? So there's no other whole number, so negative 2 is going to be the number in the front. X squared plus x squared is x times, that means we add exponents. Okay, y 2 plus 3 is 5. And that is my final answer. That's as far as I can go. All right, now we have 64xy over negative 8x squared y squared. Now this one's different because I have a bigger number on the bottom. So if I go 1 minus 2, I get negative 1. So that means I'm going to keep my letter on the denominator. Okay, so I'm going to first do my numbers. Divided by 8, I get 8. Divided by 8, I get negative 1 here. Okay, 1 minus 2. So I cross out 1x here and 1x here. It leaves me 1x. 1x, 1y, and y. Like I could do like this. X, x, y, y. So x over x is 1. Y over y is 1. I left with x, y in the denominator. Okay, and then this negative 1 always goes to the top. I don't usually leave a negative in the denominator. And then I'm going to have negative x, negative 8 over xy. Or I could say it's negative 8 times 1 over xy. Okay, so there's two different ways that you can write that answer. That is the final answer for number 6. Okay, number 7, again, you're going to multiply the coefficients and add the exponents. No, I'm looking at 7. Okay, now I'm looking at number 9. X to the 2n over x to the n is going to be subtract the exponents x to the 2n minus n, which is equal to 2n minus n would be n. So x to the n. All right, so you can treat those when you add the exponents, you can treat them just like it's its own little addition problem. If you can combine terms, you combine them. If you can't, you don't. Okay, number 10, I have x to the 0 times x squared. Now, this is not everything to the 0 power. This is just x to the 0. X to the 0 is 1, and then times x squared. So your final answer is x squared. So be careful on that. X to the 0 is not 0. Number 11, you are going to combine like terms. So 11, we have quite a bit to do here. A to the 4th minus 2a cubed plus 3a squared minus a plus 7. All right, and now I'm going to write the next polynomial underneath only the ones that match up. So 2a cubed. 2a cubed plus 2a squared plus a minus 6. The next one is a to the 4th plus 3a squared plus 7. Now, this is an a, so you got to be careful to make your a's like a's and not 9s. Sometimes it can get confusing. That's why you have to write very clear so you know what you're doing. Okay, so now I'm just going to combine like terms. So 2a to the 4th, this one's going to cancel to 0. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8a squared. Negative a, positive a cancels to 0. 14 minus 6 would be 8. and that's going to be positive 8. Okay, and that is going to be your final answer for number 11. So I hope you can do 12 and 13 on your own. Send me a message if you're having trouble with that. And 14 is a little different because we have a minus sign in between. So 2ax plus 3by plus 5. And now there's a minus sign in between the parentheses. So at that point, you need to change the signs of everything inside the parentheses. So negative 3x, it's positive, so change it to a negative. It's a negative 3by, so change it to a positive 3by. The negative 5, so change it to a positive 5. And now I'm going to combine them. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 3 plus 3 is 6. 5 plus 5 is 10. So that is your final answer for 14. Okay, now 15, you're going to have to multiply those whole numbers by everything in the parentheses, and then multiply that negative by everything in the parentheses. Okay, and then 16 through 20, you should be able to do with the instruction that we've had before. And then on the bottom of page 41, you also have a verse. On the back of the page, you're going to be doing some division, and let me know if you need any more help on that. Thank you for watching. That concludes the end of Book 3.